Hello guys, Moukass here. Yeah, this is my 5,000 subscribers Q&A, finally. And I'm currently at 5,300 subscribers. So yeah, it's time. I'm sorry it's a little late. So guys, I'll answer the questions in the order they came to me. So if you send your question first, it will be answered first. So the first question is from Banana! Banana, it's an outfit member. We already wrecked a lot of stuff together. So he has three questions. Do you have your own collections of games? Can you show it? When have you started your adventure with computer games and which game was your first? So if I have a collection of games, I don't have it anymore. Actually, I had a collection of games long before when the game packages actually were good. Now it's nothing. It's like a DVD box with no text. But before it was like a freaking big box, I remember. So now I don't keep my games anymore. I buy them on Steam and I keep them like unmaterialized. It's more simpler for me, I think. But I have a collection of books. When did you start your adventure with computer games? Oh, so long time ago. I can't even remember. I was really a child. I think I was like 14 or 13. There was a very old computer in the house and I was playing on Prince. So this is his last question. Which game was your first? It was a game called Prince 3D. It was a very difficult game, I remember. Like I couldn't save, and the character could move left and right, and he had a sword, he could jump. And it was so difficult, so I think I did the first two levels over and over again, and I finally gave up. That was my first experience in games. It was Prince 3D. So difficult. So next question by Jagoval Parkjiej. So first, what do you think about SOE implementing all the new items at a price of 700 session cash or 1000 certs? I think it's ruining the fun for the newer players because they can't get a hand on the new items that are being released, and by the time the certs are grinded, a new item is about to come out. So don't get me wrong, I love the idea of new content, but I think SOE doesn't need to forget the 200, 500, 750 cert ranges. What do you think this will have on the game on the long term? I guess that this can be one of the things that eventually kills the game, along with crashes, insane ping issues, lag, overall bad performance and spawn camping. It's a pretty long question. So actually I agree and I don't agree with this. Yes, now when they add a new item or a new weapon, the cost is 1000 certs. And before the cert gain was very low and it was pretty hard to get 1000 certs, but now you can get certs very easily just by so much stuff that get you certs and the double XPs. So now I can grind the 1000 certs very easily, so I don't really have a problem with the new weapons being at 1000 certs. And I tried the new weapons, like the A-Trust for the medic, the A for bandit. I unlocked them with 1000 certs. And I don't think it's making a big difference because these weapons are very balanced compared to the default ones. It's not making a big difference if you don't have it. Like I bought the A-Trust for the magic for 1000 certs and I regret it because I think it's a bad gun. I don't like the sound. I don't like the rate of fire, so I don't even use it. I unlocked it. I bought all the attachments with certs and I don't use it. I use the bandit. But not this one. So I don't think it's gonna kill the game in the long term. What's gonna kill the game, I think it's the population imbalance, the performance, of course. So yeah, I would love that they add the weapons to lower prices, but I don't think it's gonna kill the game. So second question, do you think the shield regen device on the PTS will be overpowered in teamwork? Because if you have two medics, one has shield regen and the other has AO heal, all the surrounding allies will get both their shields and health regenerated. One little side note, this doesn't have to be done with two people, you can also use healing grenades. So yeah, the question has been asked a pretty long time ago. Now the shield regen is live. And we know that it's not OP at all, actually, because it forced the medics to stand still in a location. And even if two medics are combining the AoE and the regen shield, it's not making you invulnerable at all. So I think it's not overpowered at all. I never tried it. I try to take advantage of it when I see one planted, but I never tried it myself. Because I hate to stand still in this game, guys. So now it's live, I think it's not overpowered. It's only useful in choke points, and it forces the medic to stay at one place, and you can even see it through the wall. So it gives you position. I don't think it's that great. And actually the shield regen device doesn't stack up, so if you put two next to each other, your shield will not regen faster. And actually there is some ridiculous moments in a biolab, I'll show you in the footage, where like there is like 15 shield regens in one room, and it's burned, it can burn your eyes, and it doesn't help you. So third question, the decoy grenade, we all know it's terrible, but do you think it should be tweaked or replaced with something else? And if so, what would you tweak or put back to replace it? So yeah guys, I think I have 2,000 hours in Planetside 2 and I never used this grenade. The AMP is much better, of course. And what can we do to make it better? I'm not really sure. Yes, it has to be buffed because it's completely useless now. Maybe it could be like a hallucination grenade. It could be a funny effect. Like if you throw it at enemies, maybe they could start seeing their allies as enemies, and it could create like funny moments. I'm sure Yamix will appreciate it. So question 4, overpopulation. This is the drive force behind spawn camping. Do you have any idea that will make equal fight happen more often, to get those epic battles more frequent than the lazy spawn camping? So yes, I agree with that. I agree that the population imbalance is a big problem in Planetside 2, and I think it could be, they could fix it by doing a dynamic XP boost. Like if there is one overpopulated faction in the continent, the two other factions should have a XP bonus for attacking the overpopulating faction, and they could have like normal XP for attacking the other faction. So there is a motivation for the two underdogs to attack the overpopulating faction, because right now, like when there is an overpopulating faction, the two underdogs are fighting each other to not get zerged. But if they team up, even non-officially, just for the XP bonus, they could beat the overpopulating faction. I'm sure about that. So we need a dynamic XP boost according to the population you attack. And I already talked about this in a video called Rant, Personal Wishlist / Rant, because it's a very annoying problem. This is the biggest problem for me, is the population imbalance. I hate it. The game is great, but when the population is imbalanced, like the game is becoming much less fun. So 5th question, the Great Wall of Esamir. Dear Moukass, I love how he talks. Dear Moukass, do you know a way of solving the tank spam that doesn't include walls? Because they're ugly as hell, and secondly, it also hampers infantry gameplay, because it mentally forces you to go as light assault. The flow of battle gets ruined as well, because you've got a sandy somewhere around the wall. 80% of people spawning go light assault and fly over the wall. The remaining 20% walk around the wall toward the nearest entrance as any other class. Those entrances become choke points in larger battles. So as a defender, your options are also too limited. Tank gameplay is boring because there are often very limited tanks around, and you've got to either dump it or drive to the opposite corner of the continent. I think Esamir should get a complete redesign without the walls. Do you have any other suggestions? Yes, I suggested. The question is very long, it's hard for me. So yes, I completely agree that the walls on Esamir are ridiculous. They're way too high and they are not very well done. Actually, there is a base, there's the octagon base. Some people like this base, but I think it's one of the worst because of these walls. And actually some Magarados can, even with the walls, they can shoot inside the base. I've seen it many times. So I think they should inspire they should inspire themselves by some facilities that doesn't have walls. There is a base called Tehran BL4 crash site that is awesome. It doesn't have any walls, but it has cover, so the vehicles cannot get inside. They can still shoot inside the base, but it's pretty easy to avoid the fire because there is cover everywhere. So it's a very nice infantry base. And I think most bases on Esamir should be like that. Like this base, Tehran BL4 crash site, not these walls. I think they should lower the height of the walls and put them only when it's necessary. The least of them the better. They could replace the walls by any other cover. They could do like a much more like a tier and BL4 crash site. There is a lot of cover all around the base that prevent vehicles from getting in, and it's much more beautiful than walls, and infantry can still get out. Like now, they should inspire themselves by Hossin. There is a lot of places in Hossin where infantry can go, but vehicles can't because of the hard terrain. So they should do something like that for Esamir. Actually, now Esamir is one of my least favorite continents. I don't like to play there because of the walls and the tech plant mechanic. There is only one tech plant, so only one faction gets heavy tanks. So I don't like this continent. So next question by EGGW. This is very important, Moukass. What faction is Samati? So guys, Samati is a Vanu cat, I'm sure. Because I said this because he was biting me. He was biting me, scratching me with his nails. He's freaking dangerous. I had scars all over my hand at a point. So I said this because he's not very loyal too. So I'm sure he's not TR. And since he wasn't very helpful, it was sure it's not an NC cat. I'm pretty sure it's a Vanu cat. So by the way, I don't have a Samati anymore. I gave it to my mother when I went in holidays because he was doing too much damage here and I couldn't handle it anymore. My mother gave it to another woman who had a lot of cats and a big house and garden. So I'm sure he will be better there. I'm sorry guys, I don't have this cat anymore. Maybe I'll do a compilation with the last pictures I had of him. Because I have pictures of him since he was like baby to his I kept him like 8 months. So that's it. I have also a very funny video when you see him very thirsty, and you know when the dogs are thirsty they do and it's the first time I see a cat doing this. Because Samati was stuck in the car for like 2 hours and the car was very hot because of the sun, and at the end he was doing like this and and I never saw a cat doing this. I'll show you guys, it's funny. So Nkashiman, what is your real name? It's Nkashi2. I hope this question is okay. Yes man, it's okay. I answered this question in my last Q&A. My real name is Salim. Maybe you want to see my my ID card. Want to see what the Moroccan ID cards are looking like? My real name is Salim. Salim, how do we... Where is it? No, it's completely reversed. It's Salim Boulali. It's funny guys. So yeah, it's a normal question. And in Arabic it means healthy or pure. I said it in the last Q&A. So Sato, Mr. Sato, I remember this guy. He's commenting very often and since very long. So, oh, and my question, if you feel like answering, what's your favorite color? Oh guys, my favorite color is orange and white. I think I love the orange because of the orange juice. It's like my favorite beverage of all time. I love it. I love orange juice. That's my favorite color too. And when are you going to play more Vanu? Yeah guys, actually I don't play Vanu more because I have to unlock everything with certs. And for now I have one character with battle rank 100 on Woodman, one character battle rank 70 on Emerald, TR, and my Vanu is battle rank 6 on Miller, and I don't want to unlock and everything again. So that's why I don't play Vanu. I'm sorry guys. I get this question asked a lot. I don't play Vanu because I don't want to unlock everything again, guys. I'll have to unlock everything with certs. Can you imagine this, guys? It takes a long time. So next question by Monkey Apex. Where do you work in real life? So I worked in many places. The last place I work is in architecture agency of my father, because he's an architect and he has an agency with a team where they're doing blueprints all day long. And I was transforming these blueprints into 3D models to like showcase how the house will be before it will be constructed. But since recently I don't work with him anymore. I'm working with another group with younger architects. It's a group of 4, like I'm the infograph in the group. I'm the computer graphist. There is an architect, there is a indoor architect, architect d'intérieur, I don't know how we say, and an engineer of project management engineer. So we have a group of 4, and we have all these competences to do a project from the beginning to the end. That's the advantage of this group. So according to the project, I also work a lot at home, because I can do everything on my big computer. The same computer that I use for Planetside 2, I use it for the 3D models, I use it for so much stuff. And I can just send my work by internet, and for the important meetings I just go there for the rendezvous. So Ethan Bird is asking, if you could add 5 things to Planetside 2, what would they be? So it's a pretty interesting question. What could I add? 5 things to Planetside 2. First, the rumble seat of the Flash. I think they should be able to see front. I would implement this if I was a dev, for sure. Second, I think I would add more support options for the maxes, and I would nerf their infantry weapons because I think they're impacting the game too much. So I would love to see them like having a more support role. So what else? This is 2. I would add the Icarus jump chest again for the light assault. I never tried this, but I saw videos of this, and it would be so much fun. I think the drifters are useless now. I never use them, so I think I would love that they add like some more variety to the jump jets. So what else? What could I add? I'm trying to think about something realistic, not like new vehicles that are not planned yet, because they're gonna add the Valkyrie and such, and I'm waiting for it, of course. So what could I add? Something realistical? I think they should add the option to spawn on any vehicle that is owned and piloted by a squad member. Like if you have a squad member in a harasser and he doesn't have a gunner, you can spawn directly on it. Like with the Thunder, I think it's so awesome, this idea. I would also love that they do it with the Flash. We could spawn on a Flash if it's owned by a squad member. It would be great. So the last thing I would add is that I would love that they add a shielded level in all the spawn rooms, so it would be much harder to spawn camp. So the top floor should be shielded, because right now it's completely open. You can get sniped you can get killed by air, you can get by anything, and this makes spawn camping pretty easy, because from the bottom level you can't really shoot the people spawn camping. Yeah guys, I'm sure that people will stay there all day long, but actually I suggested that they add a flush mechanic, so that all the people in the spawn room will have to leave it every minute or 2 minutes, so they don't stay there all day long. So that's the 5 things I'll add to Planetside 2. And last question by Bone Wax: why would you name yourself Moukass? So guys, it's a very old nickname. At the beginning it was Moukassin, and the origin of this is 2 French words, mocassin, which are shoes. I don't have this shoes example. Yes, I have some mocassin, I'm gonna bring them. Yeah guys, these are mocassin, and the second word is marcassin. It's like it's the baby bears. You know, it's like the pig with the hair and the horns. There's a lot of these animals in the mountains in Morocco. They're very dangerous. They can charge you and wreck your ass. And the babies of these animals are so cute, and they are called marcassin. So that's how I chose my name. I mixed these two words, and it gave me Moukassin. It was my nickname when I started playing Counter-Strike. And after a while I noticed that people weren't calling me Moukassin because it was a little too long. They were saying Moukass. So I changed to this. And actually there's a lot of variants to this nickname. Some people call me Kasmou. They reverse it. They can change it to Tasmou, Mouerch. There's so much variant, I like it. Kasmou, Mouerch, Tasmou, Moussak. There's also people that call me Moussak. I think it's hilarious, don't know why. So that's it for the questions, guys. I also wanted to show in my last Untitled Chapter 2 video called Ariel, where I used the quotes from the Game of Thrones. Some people asked me if I read the books. So yes guys, I read the books. I read them until the 6th episode. This is the 6th book, the last I read. And this one is stopping at the end of the 3rd season on the TV show. So this is the last one I read, but there is much more. They have been borrowed to me by friends, and actually a really long time ago, long before the TV show, and before I wasn't understanding these images on the cover. Now you understand the tree and the wolf, but before I wasn't understanding these. And these were one of one of my best reads of all times. I remember that I don't read much, but I read this because a lot of friends of me like suggested to me, and this is one of the book I loved the most. You remember when Tyrion is getting attacked by bandits, like Shaga something? They ask him, how do you want to die? And Tyrion says, I want to die with my cock around the girl's mouth and my belly full of wine. And I loved so much in this part, guys. I think this is the thing that make me love the most reading a book. This is this part with Tyrion. So that's it, guys. Some people wanted to see it, so here it is, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too long, guys, and I'm sorry it was a little late for the Q&A. Because, guys, I had work, and it's Ramadan here in Morocco, so I wasn't very motivated to do it. So Ramadan Kareem again for all the Muslims, and greetings everyone, and thanks for the questions, you guys. It's it was very interesting actually to answer all these, and I think I'm gonna continue the series. So if you have more questions, you can ask them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer it for the next Q&A. And tell me if you want to see this happen more often. And if you want to see gameplay when I talk, or if you want to see my face, it could be very interesting to me for the next Q&As. So please tell me. And that's it, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys, and thanks for the questions.